Good morning.
My name is Carrie.
I'm Janine.
And we are here at the Passionate Home in Langley. We want to welcome you to the Idea Ladies. That's us. We're full of ideas and we're happy to have you here today. Candace is here behind the camera.
Good morning.
Yay, welcome, good morning. If you are there, please say good morning and let us know if you have any questions as we're going along, because we have a lot of ideas we want to share.
We do.
Yeah. Liette says bonjour.
Good bonjour.
Lindsay, Twisted Sisters.
Yay.
Krista, good morning.
Good morning. I want to start by just thanking Amber. She was our guest last Friday from Botany. She's one of our local lovies, and she made the beautiful, if you were there, you saw that she was talking about her scrubs and her soaps and her oils. And we had really great response because Janine said we sold a lot of product.
We did.
Yeah, we're going to need a restock.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And I know we love the product, so we're glad that you guys are loving it too. And today,
we're going to talk vintage, styling with vintage. One of, I think, both of our favorite things, right?
Yeah, because as you know, if you've been here to the Passionate Home, we are a mix of old and new.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of vintage things that we either keep in original shape or we redo, but we want to inspire you today and show you some ways of how to use and decorate with these items.
Right.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark. You want to start? Sure. I have a list. Well, let's make sure.
Okay.
But you start.
Let's talk about these jugs because I can't stop bringing these for you guys. So I hope you love them as much as I do. Ironstone, white ironstone is such a beautiful thing to collect.
Yes.
It can go in any decor. So if you had a whole bunch of these lying on your shelf, all white,
different heights.
Yeah, it can look really modern. It can look really vintage. You could use this in your bathroom with toothbrushes. You could put flowers in here. Mm-hmm. You can put it beside your sink. Right?
Makeup brushes. Mm-hmm. I have a collection of these too. So when Janine brings them in,
so I just want to say that we're having in and out connections. So sorry guys if you're getting blurbed out. It will be, should all be there later, but just keep watching and hopefully it's all good.
We need to figure out this
Wi-Fi
and data issue. I don't know.
All right. Well, what I want to also mention about the ironstone is you can get beautiful platters as well.
Yeah.
And different shapes, so you could group them all together, like Janine said, in one area. And it can look modern, it can look vintage, and it could mix, right? You could definitely put a white ironstone into any decor in any style.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
What's next?
Let's talk about suitcases. Candace,
here we're gonna go down.
Come around here.
Look at these beauties.
These are just stacked suitcases, older ones. You could do up high, like start large and go smaller.
Right? Yeah.
You can use these suitcases as an end table. You could use them for extra storage for your winter mittens. In the summer, you can put that stuff in there.
Right.
All those extra decorating magazines can go in here. Your art supplies.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Coloring books if you have kids.
I have lots of trunks everywhere. So in my foyer, I have this cabinet. It just sits on the top with all my mitts and stuff for while I don't need them. And then I switch it, right? So later I have summer scarves and that kind of thing in there.
Yeah.
And sandals.
I have a stack of 3 suitcases, and in them is magazines. And then on the top, I have a beautiful planter. So it's just like a piece of furniture. And I actually have my grandfather's suitcase that he used to take his briefcase, again, stuffed with magazines. But anyway, and it's just on top of an armoire. So it's decor and storage in one. Right?
Nice. Yeah. Krista says I have kids' toys for when they come.
That's a good idea.
And I actually keep my wrapping paper. My gift stuff, wrapping stuff in.
You know what I just thought too? Not that I hate, I love to show these things, but you could put it under your bed.
Yeah.
Like if you have kids, you don't have a lot of storage.
Right.
A suitcase is a perfect storage thing.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Okay. Let's talk about teapots. So these copper teapots are so pretty, but why not put a little plant inside and then just use them as decor again? If you put them all along the top of your kitchen cabinets, it's super cute, right? Like, I just love all the different shapes and the patina on there.
And metallic's very boho now, so you can mix this in for if that's your
Yeah.
decor.
And silver ones as well. So this little
patina
plant
on
here is a
that.
little small, but it's super cute. You
So
can put
pretty.
flowers in there, all kinds of things. Yeah.
Good morning to Porter Decision.
Good morning.
Good morning. So coffee pots and tea pots, they could be grandma's. Maybe grandma handed them down to you.
Right.
She, you know, a lot of people don't want to polish this stuff anymore,
No.
but look at how beautiful the patina is on this, right?
Right. Pattern on the handle on this one. I forget what this is called, but yeah.
It's like Delft Blue, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So pretty.
And this has got the warmth of the wood handle
Right.
on it, so there's a lot of beauty in these things, and it's the patina that you can't recreate.
No.
It's the natural. I also wanted to mention that sometimes your set comes with cream and sugar,
Right.
and you can use those for your Q-tips or your makeup brushes.
Yeah.
Or group it together on a little tray and put flowers in each one. That would be really pretty.
I have a whole bunch on a tray. The little, the ones with the 2 handles. I guess they're the sugar ones.
That's the sugar, yeah.
right with succulents. I love it.
Beautiful.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Good morning to Lavender and Rose Decor.
Good morning. How are we doing? Is it still internet weird?
It comes and goes, so
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Let's talk windows because
Okay.
on the way, every Friday I think about what are we going to talk about, and I was getting super excited about the fact that we're talking about windows. So this is a vintage wood sash window. This one is lucky enough to still have the glass in it. Sometimes we're not as lucky, but so many things you could do with them.
Okay, check out this one, you guys. So this is one of our new decoupage papers, and we just put it on top of the glass. So this had a yellow kind of feature here in the glass. You can't see it anymore, and we just kind of distressed and sanded and made this beautiful. It's just a piece of art now.
So beautiful.
Right?
So this frame was all chippy, and when they're old like this, it's probably lead paint.
Yeah.
So you want to put a mask on when you're sanding it. Yeah. But look at the natural color that comes through.
So pretty.
So if you have a home that has like a tall wall,
Yeah.
you've probably seen it in magazines where you could hang all sorts of
Right?
different windows all over.
Love it.
So I also was thinking about if you had an empty frame, like
Right.
this is a frame, not a window
Can
frame.
you see back?
I know,
This
just
whole
all of
grouping
that
is just
together.
So pretty.
Look at that chippy door, people. Oh,
What
my
if
goodness.
you had like a baby blanket or a beautiful fabric?
Mm.
You could just staple it in behind these frames. You know, we have chalk paint, it could be any color. You could put your fabric, so you could constantly be changing your decor with just beautiful fabric, right?
Yeah.
And just staple it onto the back or even these old windows. Another idea I did when I had an old window with the you know, what's this?
Yeah,
The
the
wood, oh my.
Squares,
Slats
like
and
they're
the-
Yeah. Somebody help us. I have this old letter that was a gift from my aunt. And so it's in these beautiful,
Wow.
it's in the proper paper to keep them. But can you see this, Candace, at all?
gorgeous.
The penmanship is beautiful. So what I did was photocopied
Here we go.
them.
Oh my word.
And then I put each page in one of the squares
Yeah.
and created custom artwork. Just because
Gorgeous.
this is so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Why should it be sitting hidden, right?
Pains. Yes,
Pains,
thank you.
yeah.
Jeanette and Mark. You guys rock.
gosh.
Good morning,
So
Cheryl.
that was another idea.
Right? It kind of brings us, well, you talked about frames and stuff,
Yeah.
but we've got lots of these like vintage frames at the store, and it just comes like this. It has no glass, no nothing.
Ooh,
But
let's show
what
them.
about this little wire? You can just clip, like Candace did yesterday in her little creative corner.
I don't want to take the clip off.
Right? Yeah, so I
It's
actually,
good.
in the newsletter, I'm kind of covering all these things closer, so you'll see some photography of these kind of things. But you can just clip these onto the wire, and you've got custom art. And this is one of our IOD stamps, right? With the chalk paint.
But what if you had 3 black and whites of your family?
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have
Yeah.
any glass. You love this frame. Just clip them on. Right?
Yeah,
The 3,
totally.
right?
So cute.
Yeah.
And look at this round one. I love this as well. We've got a couple of these. So pretty. Just all painted the same. And that can give you quite a modern look too. If you want to collect a whole bunch of different frames and just hang them on a wall empty, paint them all one color, it just looks beautiful. I love that. You know, like these are a work of art on their own.
There.
Especially if your wall is a statement color.
Yeah.
That would be really great.
Yeah.
Another idea to put in an old frame or window is a vintage map. So my uncle was a map maker. So
Look at
I
this.
brought this home. I know. This
Beautiful.
is from 1946.
Wow.
It's beautiful on its own. I just keep it displayed in ironstone.
Yeah.
Just because it's so beautiful. But you could open it up and put it into a frame.
The back of this thing. I love this little seal. Woo! So pretty.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a little book. Yeah.
Should we talk about books then?
Sure. Let's talk about books.
So vintage books are great for so many different things, but again, Lori the other day put one of our decoupage sheets onto the spines of these, and they just make great decor like that.
Yeah.
And I love all the old pages. And
Well, she chalk painted them, didn't she?
She
not?
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
she did?
She did.
I
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah.
She did a custom
Gosh.
color. She blended a couple to make it just really work with the color that was already on.
So pretty.
the
And then just
decoupage paper.
tied together, they just make a great grouping and so interesting.
In
right?
the details, right? This
Yeah.
taking the string and wrapping it like that.
So, and you can use books like sideways for risers. If you've got like two teapots that are the same height,
Yeah.
you might want to raise this one, right? So put some books underneath, and it just really interesting that way.
And if you don't have books, like I've been gifted books from family.
Yeah.
It's nice to use those ones as risers and things like that. But if you don't, you can hit the thrift store
Oh, for
and
sure.
paint them, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
We have a couple of things here. This is an old fan. This one particularly doesn't work anymore, but it gives you the height and really good for decorating in a male, like an office sort of
Yeah.
space, right?
More masculine.
I'm a little more masculine. I have a big one in Mike's office. It's black. It works, but I don't have it plugged in because, you know, it could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Dangerous.
But this is beautiful, right?
So
the different
pretty.
shape of it as well.
Just that
And then,
architectural
what
detail.
about this planer? Here, let me take this off here so you can see it better. So we were looking at just a beautiful vintage tool, and what could you do with it? Well, today, look at this. Let's pretend this belonged to your grandfather. Why not put grandfather's picture here?
I love
Oh,
that.
that's a brilliant idea.
Right?
Yeah.
Good morning to Carlene.
Good morning. So using old tools is also
Right.
a fun thing, just to add into your decor.
Well,
right?
and you could, like, some different tools, right? Do the frames on the wall, hang a tool in each frame, just on the
Oh,
wall.
that would be cool.
I love that.
Yeah, especially if you had like a she shed or something and you
Yeah.
had garden tools.
Yeah, the garden
Beautiful.
tools. Actually,
Love
I
that.
picked up old garden tools. I'm like, but I just love them sitting in buckets or whatever.
Yeah. Or
Just
old
so pretty.
paintbrushes you could do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carlene says good morning, and Deb's joined us.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Hi,
everyone.
guys.
We hope you're hearing this and enjoying all the ideas that we are sharing today with vintage items.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the decanters.
Okay, so do you want to come down?
Yeah.
Decanters. I love these. They're just beautiful on a bar cart on their own. You can put alcohol in them or you don't have to. But what about mouthwash? In your bathroom, you just fill this up with mouthwash. So pretty. I mean, that plastic bottle it comes in is not anything nice.
Epsom salts.
Yeah, Epsom salts. Yeah, all that kind of stuff, right? Beside your kitchen sink with Blue Dunder soap or something. This one is just a Crown Royal bottle because it's a beautiful bottle. And then we put the Iron Orchid Designs image transfers on there, some little books.
It is a beautiful bottle. Look at the detail here.
Yeah.
Sorry. So that's not necessarily vintage, but
No, well, that's true.
it's fun to drink. And this one's vintage.
Yeah.
Twisted
these
Sister
little
says, great ideas today.
Yay!
Morning,
Good.
Jan. Angel Burke.
Yay.
Let's talk about doors.
Doors. You can do so many things with doors.
So many. We did a video once.
Yeah,
back
just
on
doors.
Just on doors.
Yeah.
This one happens to be just an old, chippy.
So pretty.
It's just beautiful as is. But again,
Yeah.
this is lead paint. But Candace, can you see? Like, there's going to be blue paint under here,
Underneath.
right?
Oh, I
like
love
if
that
you were
color.
to sand again, put your mask on. Be safe, people. Sand it, and then you could seal it with a clear lacquer.
Yeah.
What would you do with that then? So now you've prepped it.
Well, I just love them hanging, like, or leaning on a wall, right?
Yeah.
In any room. And then I love hanging a wreath on it or a
Yeah.
piece of art in my living room. I've got one on each side of my TV and just, yeah, a wreath, piece of art, pretty.
You could put a couple hooks here and put some beautiful hats if you're a hat collector.
Headboard.
A headboard,
Totally.
yeah.
Sideways.
I have another one at home, and we just put it out in the garden to create a bit of a divider.
Yeah.
We also recently got in some French doors, vintage French doors with the glass. And that brings me to one of my favorite
Mark says it's
magazines.
stunning. It is stunning in person. You gotta, it's so pretty.
So the Cottage Journal is so full, and I wanted to show you this little idea. You're gonna see
Coming
this
in.
canvas.
Oops.
So this is an old door with a window that they have painted. I'm assuming they used Annie Sloan chalk paint.
They should have,
of course. And the window, they have put like a
Decoupage.
like a decoupage paper, right? Here, you
Yeah, I
can
did see it.
I know.
Oh, so pretty.
So if you find an old door and you think, well, I don't want to have the glass in it, you can use chalk paint on the glass. You could decoupage it, and this would be a beautiful. This person's used it for an exterior door, but you could use it into your bathroom or your pantry
For sure.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to show everything, but
Yeah,
it still
just gives
creates
you
that
some
privacy.
Yeah. Vintage doors are amazing. I mean, you could even. This is the cost of lumber, people.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You could cut this up and make a table. I mean, there's just so many things you could
Well,
do.
I love, if you need extra lighting, I love sconces, but I don't have any hardwire spots to put a sconce, right? So if you drill through and you can make it into a sconce.
And hide your wires behind
That's
it.
the idea of the
Yeah.
day. That is fabulous.
Yeah.
I have wanted that on either side of my fireplace, and I'm like, how do I get the electrical?
Right? Yeah, just
But you
hide it and
control
plug it
it
in.
I've seen that on either side of a bed in a bedroom
Yeah.
where they've done that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. What else? Baskets. We have talked about baskets. So I'm going to just
You're gonna bring
show
it down
this one.
first.
Yeah. So this particular basket, it's not necessarily vintage, because to say vintage, it's got to be 75 years, I think. Is it 75 years? Or?
I think vintage is a little more relaxed than antique. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But when you group like items together, can you see all this canvas? This is great storage. It makes a great statement.
Right.
The other day, I bought a great big antique basket, and
Oh, look at
like
this one
vintage,
coming.
similar
Like
to
this.
this one. And I filled it with extra blankets and pillows in my living room, and it just, this texture added warmth.
So warm. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. A couch,
Yeah.
almost like instead of an end table at the end of your bed, you could do a big collection, right?
I
All
also
those
have
pillows.
one by the back door with extra blankets for when we go to the fire pit and
Yeah.
it's chilly.
Good
But I
idea.
just grab a blanket, or I have my morning coffee, and my blankets are right there. Also good for your dog toys.
Oh, this is lovely. Liette says she used an old garden wire screen, and I chalk painted it, and now I dry flowers off of it. And other times I put pictures for seasonal things of our family. Yeah.
It's like having the eye, and seeing things for something other than its intended purpose.
Yeah.
Totally.
And a lot of these things you can just reuse and use for something so multi-purpose, right?
Right? Just in my garden, it's been so hot and dry. Like, I've been bringing everything outside because it's not going to get wet.
Yeah.
But, like, just bring them all outside. I'm making beautiful displays on all my
You
tables.
could, yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that I'm just looking over my list of styling with vintage. Does anybody have any? Oh my goodness. Yes. Thanks, Candace. Okay, who can tell me what this is?
Yeah.
Anybody? I wish I had, you know what? I wish I had. Maybe, I see one over there. Okay, I'll be right back.
It looks like an implementation of torture.
Yeah, right? So,
Middle Ages.
I think I might try to use this outside to hold up some of my roses or climbing plants. But what
This
it's
is an actual antique French wine bottle, right?
Liette guessed it
Yeah,
before you brought it
yes.
in.
But you're right, you could put it in your garden.
Yeah.
If you had a lot of coffee cups. At Christmas, you could string lights along this.
Beautiful.
But it would be a beautiful trellis, right? For sure.
Yeah.
It again, really multi-purpose. If you have kids, you can, in the winter, you can put all their mittens on here to dry, or whatever, but that's what it is originally for.
Yeah.
We've had a few, we've sold them all. This is the last one, but yeah, it's heavy, little guy.
It is heavy.
Yeah. So.
We didn't talk about the metal trunk and the one that we finished in the steampunk.
Dun,
Oh,
dun,
this
dun,
is the steampunk.
In case you missed it.
This,
is
we
it.
promised to show the finished.
Yeah.
I'm coming
so,
in. Look at this. Silence of the Lambs going on
So
here.
this is a vintage trunk, metal,
Yeah.
We painted it with chalk paint. Then we used the
all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
Work transfers, some stencils, some papers, all kinds of
All
things
of it,
on here.
yeah.
Dark wax.
And we personalized it for Downtown Langley.
Yeah. So I think it turned out really neat. I like it.
I love
It's
it.
super
Yeah,
cool.
so we did say that we would show it to you and we hadn't. So that was a couple of weeks ago when we stepped out of our box and we did some steampunk. So next week we are going to talk about decorating with nature and bringing nature inside and how you can use nature to add, like this, right? The extra little details in your home that cost really nothing. That it's like it tells a story, or it's something about just adding sticks to a vase or something. Is those finishing touches in a room, don't you think?
Yeah, and it was funny because you asked me, do I use nature? And I'm like, I don't know. But then actually I sat back. I do. I've got moss, I've got sticks, I've got nests. Yeah, so we'll be sharing all those ideas.
Excellent. All right, so we hope that this wasn't too stop and go for you today with our Wi-Fi. We appreciate you spending the time, and we hope that you found it of value and you have lots of ideas, and we hope to see you soon. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.